Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm that 1320 chick, and I don't know if you can tell what I'm sitting in, but it is a C8. I'm really excited to check this car out. I've been seeing them around. I actually work right by the GM Proving Ground, so I've actually been seeing these for the last like 3 or 4 months. And I have seen one up close. I've just never had the opportunity to sit in it. So everybody seems to want these. People who don't like Vettes are in love with them. The opinions seem to be fantastic about these cars, so I really wanted to check out why. Why does everybody love them? Why does everybody think they're so cool? I am a Vette fan. I've never really wanted one, but I don't hate or dislike them. I like them. So I am delivering this to Kansas City, Missouri for a friend. I'll go over that once we get it to them, but we basically had to take it off the trailer from the dealership, picking it up at the dealership because the dealer did mention that a lot of people have been backing them on their trailers because the mid-engine is making it sway a little bit. The trailer isn't long enough to pull it up forward enough. So ours, unfortunately, is a little bit too short. So we took it off the trailer. I drove around the neighborhood to flip it around, and we are going to be backing it onto the trailer. Once we get down to Kansas City, I'll do like a full review and kind of say what I think about it. So far, there's so much technology in this that it is unbelievable. Front camera, cooled seats, which I know is not really new, but that's just wild. The target top's wild. Like, I've actually only ever sat in a C7 once, so I don't know Vettes that well. I just like them. So the screen is amazing. The cluster's amazing. So far, just as a first impression of the interior and the looks, I love it. Do I want one or would I buy one? Yeah, probably. But we'll decide more when I drive it and start seeing these things modded a little bit more. I could absolutely get used to seeing this on the back of the trailer. So we are like about 15 miles from dropping the car off, and the consensus of driving it, or trailering it I mean, is a lot of people haven't seen it yet. So we have almost been hit by people trying to take photos of it.
5 times.
At least 5 times.
5 that we've noticed.
Yeah, 5 that we noticed for sure. I guess, like I said earlier, I guess I just forget that people haven't been seeing these yet because we've been seeing them out. We just cruised up and down Woodward, and we saw probably
10 to 12.
Yeah, I was gonna say about 10 to 12 last Saturday. So I mean, it's all the GM people, and they're on GM lease already. And some people are getting them. They were regular plated. They weren't just GM plates. So it's definitely wild. Justin did say we're probably going to get some crazy looks. And we did have people trying to follow us throughout our neighborhood and walk up to our house. And it was a tiny bit wild. But I still don't want to give it back.
You guys should drive it.
I would love to get one of these.
It's pretty sweet, huh?
I was thinking about getting a C6 this summer because I really want to learn how to actually take turns, but we got to finish Brian's car.
I had one on order.
Did you?
Oh, I had it on order, but I wasn't even going to get it until October, and now with all this, hell, I probably won't have it. I canceled. I mean, it was done.
Do you think it was going to take so long because, well, the salesperson did tell us this was like a rushed, pushed order, so maybe that's why?
Yeah, when they just stopped production, that was too
low. So part of the deal of hauling the car down here was to drove it. And Justin said that was fine. And I feel bad because Brian always ends up getting the short end of the stick with things, and I always get the opportunity to drive stuff. At least wait until we're away from the shop.
I'm sure they wanted to hear it.
Yeah. So he let us take it, and this thing is awesome. My only complaint that I would have from the inside of the car is as a passenger. Let me show you. I had to do wide angle on my phone so you could see it. So this as a passenger is very tight. Like, I am fairly thin, and I would say that this is a very tight fit as a passenger. How do you feel as the driver?
It's not bad. It you almost feel like the whole kind of cockpit area is here to here, and then just your legs are kind of
tight. Well, since you're
but I'm a little, I got a little more extra.
A little bigger man. But do you feel comfortable? Like, do you feel like you would drive this for a long period of time and be okay in it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I missed the other
turn.
So.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the interior is absolutely gorgeous. I would say these are a little bit weird. I know everybody hates the dial on the GT500, but actually lifting it into gear is also kind of strange. We don't really know what a lot of stuff does. So I'm a bit of a history buff. It doesn't have to be Mustang. I am absolutely a pure car enthusiast. I don't know if you guys can see. So I'm a pure enthusiast. So for me, I love going to the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green. And what's really cool about that is seeing how the center stack goes like this. Is there's actually models and renderings and things that they worked on, GM worked on in the early 60s and 70s that looks just like that. And so for me, as an enthusiast of loving this, I think it's awesome that they have been wanting this style and working on it for so long. So I think it's really cool. And back with a little bit of Corvette history, they've been working on the mid-engine as well since the 70s. So I think it's so cool. Again, I'm a history buff. I know I have mostly Mustang on my channel because, again, that's what I know and what I grew up with. But I think, oh, you just turned my cooled seat on. Hey. But yeah, I love all that kind of knowledge, and I'm going to show you those photos too. If you haven't been to the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, I highly suggest it. I think it's an awesome museum no matter what kind of cars you like. I wish Mustang had such an awesome museum as they do. What do you think overall?
I like it.
I do too.
Let's get one.
Quit your job and let's be millionaires. We need our YouTube to get more views, likes, and subscribes. So we want your guys' opinion. These are the wheels that Brian wants for the SN. I am not a fan of them. I mean, seeing them in person, I'm a little bit more of a fan, but we're gonna show you guys a photo of some Billet Specialties versus welds that we kind of want to put on the car and want your opinion on them. So Justin so graciously let us actually leave our truck here, and he is lending us his Trackhawk. I'm gonna bet you you've never seen this color green before, and I'm very excited because I have never driven a Trackhawk yet, and I love them, and I am so excited. Trackhawk doesn't even have 900 miles on it.
So we're in Justin's Trackhawk right now for the evening, and
It's a friend. He goes, go have fun. I need new friends. Justin Keith, good friend. Yours too. Thank you.
So,
oh my gosh.
Joe, what'd you do right before?
I beat on Justin's Trackhawk a little bit. Oh my god. This thing is so fantastic. I can't even.
How many miles are on this vehicle?
886. But the cool thing about Justin's Trackhawk is we'll show you on the outside, but it's like an extremely rare green color. I'm sure he knows the name of it. Actually, the car's name is the General, right? He named it that. Yeah, it just sounds so good. I feel like we've had a lot of Hellcat Hellcat content lately. Unfortunately, here I'm gonna do it from. I'll drop it down a little bit from a roll. this is I thought my dad's Challenger was fun to drive. Oh no no no. This sure as shit. This topped it. I can't even speak.
Thanks, Justin.
Yeah,
you just
thanks.
caused us to spend more money.
One day, maybe. I would love one of these, but these, so it's wild, like being in Detroit, we have insane incentives and deals on leases, like Trackhawk, or like the wide body Charger, you can lease for so cheap right now. And we kind of looked into it for a second as a daily, but the problem is Brian and I drive too much, so it's a little hard to get leases for us. But these have not had incentives yet. I think these will eventually go down, but I think that they're a premium car. It's like their most premium thing. I think the reason that they keep the Chargers and the Challengers a little bit less expensive is because people want to keep flipping them, like when their leases are up.
Okay, shutting off.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So Brian and I are back home, and I wanted to give you my final conclusion of what I thought of the car. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I can see where all the hype is from. I think the interior is really nice. It feels so quick NA. I can't wait to see what these things feel boosted. Do I think in my top 5 cars it's on my list? It's really cool, and I really do like it, but I don't think so. I think if I had the money to buy something new, I would probably buy like an older Z06 or a ZR1, or a Hellcat or Trackhawk or anything like that. But the reason that I don't see why everybody's so hyped over them is because it's just a Stingray. And not to downplay it, but the Z06 and the ZR1 are going to be very cool. So I can't wait to see one of those. And I think for resale and things like that, they're gonna be desired, but I would like to wait and see what is next and what the next trim levels are gonna be like. So that's just my personal opinion. Would I pay over a sticker for one? Absolutely not. Would I buy one used if the price was right? Yeah, if I had the money and it was in the right cards, I would think so. But for the price point and what it is, it's fantastic. Absolutely well done. Hats off to GM. That is such a cool car. But definitely not, like I said, definitely not in my top 5 that I think I would be buying right now. But I'm glad that they're out. I can't wait to see more around. I'm sure we're going to see a ton this summer. We just, like we said earlier, we saw 10 last Saturday. So they're really cool. Can't wait to see them boosted. But that's my overall opinion, and we're going to get back to some SN95 and S550 things. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.